Hello, how are you? You're looking well? Just a short video this time to let you know that 2 of my books are now available as Kindle downloads via Amazon.com. The 2 books are By Grace Alone, one of my most popular books, and a book called A Guide to New Covenant Giving. Now don't be concerned if you don't have a Kindle reader device, because you can download the Kindle app onto any device, whether your personal computer or a Mac, whether an iPhone or an iPad, even a Droid phone. You can download the Kindle app and then download your books into that app and carry a whole library around with you, and during your downtime you'll always have something worthwhile to read. So it's really convenient and a good thing to have. Now, each of the books are on sale for only $2.99, which is quite a deal in anybody's book. Let me tell you a little bit about each of the books. The first one is called By Grace Alone, and it's an overview of the history, development, and defense of the doctrines of grace. But I wrote it specifically in a way that anyone can read and understand. For years, I kept trying to find a book that I could hand people and say, this is the essential theology that grew out of the Protestant Reformation. These are the doctrines of grace. And there were large tomes like Lorraine Bettner's Reformed Doctrine of Predestination, but it was such a big, thick, heavy book, it wasn't something I could just hand to folks and say, here, read this. There were a couple of smaller, easier to read books, but invariably the authors would end up inserting some of their own opinions or denominational stuff, bring in their baggage and their theology, and I didn't want that. I wanted a book that was just an explanation of the doctrines of grace. So I wrote one. And as I said, you can find it now as a Kindle download. If there is any subject that is confusing in the church world, it is certainly the subject of giving. I mean, should you tithe? If you do, how much? Or is tithing not a New Covenant, New Testament idea? I came out of a church in Los Angeles where tithing became a very heavy legalistic standard. And so in order to really understand what the Bible had to say about it and to try to rid myself of some of the trappings that I carried with me from that church, I took the time to study out and write about New Covenant giving. And in my experience, I have found that usually when there's confusion about giving in the church, it's because people have not adequately figured out the difference and drawn the distinctions between the Old Covenant and the New Covenant. In the New Covenant, once you understand what the New Testament has to say about giving, you find that giving is not only by grace, just like every other aspect of our New Covenant Christianity, but that it's something that you can do joyfully and generously as a response to all the good things that God has done for you. So, if you're struggling with that topic, or if you know someone who is, this is a real good book for them, called A Guide to New Covenant Giving. So, $2.99 for each of those books. I will put a link directly under this video so that you can click on it and go right to the page where they're available. But if you don't have the link with you, just search my name on Amazon and those 2 books will show up. Now, fortunately, there are other books that are in process, and hopefully soon we'll have a few more to throw up there on Amazon where you can download and read them. Thanks very much. Thanks for all the support that you continue to give to GCA, to this ministry, and to this YouTube outreach. I sure appreciate all the feedback, all the support, and all the encouragement. Hopefully we'll be making more theological videos here real soon. People keep sending me good topics that we need to address. So thanks very much for that. We'll talk to you again real soon. Bye-bye.